Yeah, hello and welcome to a new episode of the weekly Spielworxx chat season 2. My name is Uli Blennemann and we will have lots of Spielworxx news today. And we are covering several games and topics. And if you have a question or comment, please put it into the chat window. Reminder, the German edition, so only the German edition of John Company, second edition, will be available to pre-order or for pre-order from my website this summer. And the coins, because I got some emails asking will the coins be available, yes, I will have them as well. So John Company, second edition, German edition, available for pre-order starting this summer, so I guess August, from my website. And hello, Claude. Yeah, well, my French is non-existing, so I'm answering hello. So 2 weeks ago, we had a kind of board game jam experiment here with a few cards. And remember, the cards are only supposed to get you thinking, nothing less and nothing more. And personally, I find them very useful. The best idea I got afterwards came from Mo on city planning, and let's wait and see here what will happening. And speaking about Mo, you may now nominate games for the Golden Geek Awards. So if you do so, please consider The Grand Trunk Journey by Claude Sirois and The Cost by Mo, Linden and Brian. So I think both are very worthy games for consideration. And hello, Nicolas. Schönen Abend, yes. And from Liechtenstein even. So I did not knew that you are from Pan is saying he's from Liechtenstein. So excellent. So this is quite an international group. And Nicolas, seeing you, I noticed your game at the Zenubia Award. I will get to this a little bit later. And from here, all the best, good luck, because I noticed that you made it to the next round. So wonderful, very good. The Tharos Kickstarter page says that the game will be available in June. So it may be that we can deliver to European customers already in May, so next month. And remember, overseas customers, this will take another 8 to 10 weeks, but hopefully we can already deliver starting next month. Ja, vielen Dank. Of course, Nicolas. Good luck there. And the next Spielworxx game after Tharos will be Matt Wolf's squaring Circleville. And we will bring it to Kickstarter and Spieleschmiede probably in late May. And this is a large game in our square box based on the raising and rebuilding, restructuring of Circleville, Ohio. And in my opinion, it is mechanically one of the strongest Spielworxx games ever. And it is also thematically very strong. And it has a most interesting rondel action selection mechanism. And the game, Squaring Circleville, also comes with 4 different solo bots. And I will now show you some illustrations. But first, hello Chris, good seeing you. My greetings to the UK. Let's take a look at some illustrations. So here again is a Squaring Circleville square box, and you see it's number 1 in the Urban Evolution series by Matt. But here is the board. So this is a game board, and on the left side this is the town city of Circleville, and you see that the roads are still round. And here in the top right, this is the action rondel. So you are moving normally in clockwise order and then conduct an action where you meeple ends. So it could be here I do a green action, but on the spots around the rondel there are 4 tiles, also in color. So you are doing on each spot actually 2 actions. So here a green action, and whatever the top tile is here, you do another action. And you can select in which order you are doing the actions. There are also bonus options, so you could in theory do 3 actions in a row. And let me enlarge this a little bit. So here you see the different sections of the game board. So this is a number, this is sector number 1. Please keep this in mind. And the game then has these pieces. So when this sector number 1 has been raised, all the buildings have been raised, you can put on top of this cardboard piece. So this is standard cardboard, and now you see that the roads are in the typical fashion done in the US, and you have to rebuild this. So first you raise the town, then you rebuild it completely. And there's more here. So this is a player mat, and you see again the 4 colors, and you start with the actions at the bottom here in red, blue, yellow, or orange it is, and green. And later you can advance. You put tiles on top of this, so you increase the value of your actions, the strength of your action in red, in blue, in orange, and in green. And on the left side there are bonus, no, there are not bonus, sorry, these are alternate actions you can do. And each player has such a player mat. And let me also show you, this is a solo bot, so there are 4 different ones I said, and this is Bertha. So she handles the actions in this way. Yeah. And each player also gets a solo player play aid. So, because this, of course, is just a mechanical description of the action. Let me see. Yeah, so this is it for this moment. The question is, do you have pictures? So I hope that these pictures for Squaring Circleville were okay. But Matt will be my guest here in this in the Spielworxx chat in May, and we will do an XXL episode just on Squaring Circleville. It will run for at least an hour, so you will get to know everything you ever wanted to know about the game, and even stuff that you never wanted to know, you will also get to know. So that will be in May, before the Kickstarter starts. And hello Yellow Geek Bear, good morning. Is it morning over there? So hello Björn, good to see you. After Squaring Circleville, we will do the Smoky Valley. That is game number 2 in the Griffintown series by Claude Sirois. And this game right now is in testing, and I'm having a cover draft over here. Let me just show it to you. And please remember, this is a draft, and of course it's a Griffintown series, so you notice that the color scheme is somewhat like the Grand Trunk Journey. So that is the Smoky Valley, and this is also for this year. And the vessel testers, actually, they helped a lot. And we are tweaking a few things right now. So thank you very much. This was really helpful. And there will be a new round of testing starting very soon. And let me see. Chris is asking, is that a larger box than the Grand Trunk Journey? Looks square rather than oblong. Absolutely true. Yes, it is our standard square box, so the same size as Squaring Circleville. And if you look at the complexities, I would put Squaring Circleville in Germany at Kennerspiel. So above family type games, but still not really hardcore. And Grand Trunk Journey, I would also say, is in Germany a Kennerspiel. But Smoky Valley is one step above that one. So this is really a core game. So complex, huge game, large board, player boards, cards, everything. So that is a larger game. In the footprint is larger than the Grand Trunk Journey for sure. And then very late, hopefully very late this year, going to Kickstarter, will be Spielworxx' first 18xx game. It is in the works now, and we are establishing the parameters right now. So how large are the tiles? How can we make the rules user-friendly, while also using the conventions of the 18xx tribe? Because this, as you may know, is a very... old is the wrong word. Of course it's old because the first game in the series is from 1974, 1829. But it's a long continuing series of games, and there are, of course, lots of conventions. And some people who are playing this series for 30 years, if you have completely new terms, this would definitely not work. So we need to find the best way to have everybody happy. Same is true for the graphics. If you've played 1830 or even a recent game like 1846 by GMT, you could say, well, this is pretty bland. But of course it's quite functional because there is a lot of information on each tile. So again, here we have to find the best way to arrange it. And as I said, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. As Claude is saying, yes, the playtesters for Smoky Valley, everybody, to everyone, a heartfelt thank you. That was very, very useful. Björn is saying, give your 18xx game a fresh spin and hire Kyle Ferrin from Leader Games to do 300 illustrations. Yeah, probably quite a few people would love this, but we would get so much heat from the 18xx group. And it's, if something is very close to your heart and you are used to it, this is standard human behavior. You don't want to see a lot of changes. So I think we need to do quite a few things, or a few things differently, but we have to be careful. So everybody needs to be happy with the game. And last week I had the pleasure to participate in a 4-player test game of Gentes Epos Epic by Stefan Risthaus. This is a campaign type legacy type game based on the Gentes engine, including several chapters. And we played the roads and trade routes chapter, and it worked really very well. So I was, after the game, I was really happy. And this game, because we started late, the testers of course had a full-time job, so we could only start in the evening, and the game went well over my normal bedtime, but I was very excited. What fascinates me is that the game has a wonderful Gentes engine and the wonderful Gentes feeling, yet it offers something completely new and fresh. So that was really well, and I will show you a brief example with from the vessel module. So let me just see, vessel module is up. And of course, this is the original Gentes artwork, and the board will be increased in size a little bit. But you see now that there are more cities, and the cities have been named on the board. The action selection, of course, has been changed a little bit. There are new actions, a few are. So here you're building trade routes, and let's say I'm playing blue. So I can place these trade routes on the board. So now there is a connection, blue connection from Carthago to Crotona, and I could also have a connection here. Let me see. Can I move this? Yeah. Oh, but this was stupid. So you can increase your trade routes in this game. So if you have played Gentes, you know the basic structure of the game, but still it is different. And as I said, it's always difficult, in my opinion, to find the correct terms. Some would say it's a legacy type game because you continue with stuff to the next chapter. but I would term it probably a campaign type game, because all the chapters can be played individually very well. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's more a campaign type game. And Stefan is there. Thanks for pushing your bedtime for playing. Yeah, I'm an old man, so at 10 o'clock normally for me it's over. But I'm an early riser, so that is what it is. And Pan is asking, have you connection with leader games? Yeah, I'm in connection with leader games, but for graphics actually I'm using not Kyle, and I'm thinking that Kyle is one of the best illustrators, graphics artists in the hobby. I love his style, I love Root, I love Fort, I love Oath, but I'm working with my good friend, the always amazing Harald, so he will do the graphics on this one. Yeah, thank you. Pan is saying that he's very much looking forward to Gantes as a campaign game. So, but don't think it's just Gantes. It has this card mechanism, the action selection, but is a lot more. And of course, Stefan and the test group, they are working hard on the game. And it's a lot of work because it's not 8 times. Let's say there are 8 chapters in the game. And it's not 8 times the work, it's a lot more, because everything has to build up from bottom up, so from the base. And if chapter 2 isn't working at all, of course chapter 3 can't work. So it's a lot of work. So we are right now, and let's see how this works, we are right now aiming for a 2023 release. So this gives us some time and keeps Stefan sane. So he's doing this very well. And yes, the game is a lot more flexible and a lot more variable in this way. So yeah, I'm glad that I had the opportunity to test this game via Wessel. If you missed the Mark Herman episode of the Spielworxx chat here a couple of weeks ago, you brutes, you shouldn't have missed it. You may have missed that Spielworxx again is doing a war game. So, and this is probably for 2024. So Mark is designing, especially, so only for Spielworxx. So it's not a licensed game where Spielworxx is only doing the German edition. So Mark is designing a playable, innovative, strategic World War II game for us, and the motto is one evening, one map, one world war. So as a wargamer, and you know I'm a wargamer, I'm really excited for this game. But we are having several other great games and great releases in the future, and among them there is an Uwe Rosenberg 1 or 2 player game, and that will be published definitely next year. Then I'm doing a game together with Daniel Newman. I'm doing a game together with Nick Case. And hopefully I'm getting more from Asbestos Mo and team. And yeah, thinking about this, I think the term Asbestos Mo is actually excellent. So I have to keep this one in mind. And Mo is such a great designer. So I think Spielworxx should do more of his wonderful work. And then we are having the second game in the Urban Evolution series by Matt Wolf. So that is Raising Chicago. And there will be a game on Italy in the 50s and 60s of the last, so of the 20th century. Very exciting, by an Italian designer. There will be more from Oda and Mike, so Oda and Mike Keller, and much more. So exciting times for Spielworxx for sure. Moving to conventions, Conworks will be held on October 1 and 2, and that is a Friday and Saturday. And we will start Friday late afternoon probably, and then go on Saturday from morning till evening. So probably I stop at 10 p.m. because you know it's my bedtime. And Conworks is Spielworxx small online convention, and I'm currently putting together a nice list of guests. And Spiel Essen is 2 weeks later, and still I do not know what Spielworxx should do, what Spielworxx will do. if the digital part isn't changing a lot, and I doubt that it will change, so I'm not taking part in Spiel Digital, and I'm doing, as I just said, Conworks anyway. But I need to book booth for the physical fair, if there is a physical fair, till mid-May. And I definitely won't do this. First, I need to be vaccinated twice and I need to feel safe. Then I may go. So I'm just saying I may go. And I'm sure, I'm really sure that I can, although the deadline is mid-May, that I can get a booth for Spiel still in early October. But right now, the most probable scenario, and as I said, I'm not sure, is that if there is a physical fair and if I'm fully vaccinated, that I will attend only as a visitor. Because Essen is a most stressful week. It costs a ton of money and energy, and nobody knows how Spiel will be this year. For certain, a lot different and a lot smaller. So let's see and wait how the vaccination campaign here in Germany will accelerate. It's accelerating, it's increasing in speed, but I'm not sure how this will work out. But I still have my hotel room because I booked it in September 2019 already for October 2020, and I was able to move it from 2020 to 21. So at least I'm prepared with my hotel room. So yeah. And finally, now some industry news. So you should check out, and I'm getting back to this point from the start, you should check out all the 46 game proposals that made it to the next round of the Zenobia Award. And let me just show you a small part of the proposal from via a JPEG here. So these are just, oops, you can't see it because I'm stupid. Now you see it. These are just a few of the proposals that made it to the next round. And if you see, this is a timeline to present time, and this is the geographical nature of it. So, and there are brief descriptions to everything. So this is, if you read them in detail, you see the breadth of these proposals, and I really hope that a lot will make it to print. And this is really fascinating stuff, and I'm posting the URL here so that you can check out and read all the proposals. So let me see if I can manage this. Yeah, there it is. And so on this page you can read all 46, including Nicolas' proposal. So really great stuff. There is even Gute Mine, so more from Liechtenstein, and also playing board games. So probably all of Liechtenstein's or the complete full board game community from Liechtenstein is viewing this. So I'm proud. So thank you for viewing. Yeah, let's see what we can do for Essen. So we can be hopeful, and maybe yes, maybe not. But there are still a few months, and hopefully things will get better over here. And then another news item: new mill industry. So the company that is run by, in part by Daniel Newman, they have launched a Kickstarter campaign today, and it is Tony Miller's game Rivet Heads, and please check it out. And I'm also posting the URL here. So it's a wonderful game. You should all check it out. So it's Rivet Heads by New Mill Industries. And last but not least, for industry news, Oda and Mike, so Andreas Odendahl and Mike Keller, they will do a new La Granja edition after all the years, and it will be published via Board and Dice. I think it's next year, I may be wrong, but you will definitely find more info if you ask Ode on Twitter, or if you check out Board and Dice, the game company. In my opinion, this is good. This is really good news, because Board and Dice is a wonderful company, and Ode and Mike are great designers. So I'm really excited for this one as well. And yeah, as I said, I even have more games under contract that I just mentioned, but it really depends which game moves faster through development. So even some games that I did not mention yet, but I'm thinking here about the game Angel's Share, which is a whiskey game by Scott Almus. And I did not mention it, and I've planned it for 23, but it could be out a little bit quicker because the game is already far advanced in development. So there are exciting games from Spielworxx in my opinion, and as I said, there is more from Mike and Ode as well, but I won't mention it right now. Maybe we will have some news at Comworks in this year. So, do we have some final comments, or is there anything else here? No, I don't think so. Then I can only say thank you for your time, and next week we will have a guest. It is Daniel from Board Game Circus here in Germany, and we will talk about his game company and what it means to run a small game company in COVID times, which is not really easy. So, but Daniel is a great guy, and over the years he has built Board Game Circus, and I think they are releasing quality stuff. So we will talk about Board Game Circus next week. And if you would like to see a special topic discussed, or have some questions that you'd like to ask in advance for a future episode, please drop me a mail at uli@spielworxx.de. That is uli@spielworxx.de. So, till next week, bleibt gesund. This is the most important stuff, and Black Lives Matter. Bye bye.